Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of DIY Ideas. I am here today to show you some new wool types or some different wool types and which ones you can use for what, which ones are great for knitting, and especially as a beginner. Okay, so let's get started with this wool here. It's sheep wool, so it's great for knitting. It's a natural fiber. It's renewable, keeps you warm, that's for sure. And for example, merino wool, this is this one here. It kind of cleans itself. So if you're making a sweatshirt out of merino wool, you actually only really have to air it out unless you obviously have a stain on it, but it's really, really nice. If you are washing it, it's a little more difficult. If it's 100% wool, you should really try to avoid putting it into the washing machine. Better to put it into warm water and move around slightly and very carefully dry. Do not wring it out or pull on it because it'll get out of shape. But other than that, wool is really, really nice to work with. I've once worked actually in New Zealand with some sheep farmers, and it was super interesting to see how it's like, and it's impressive to see how much wool a sheep can actually have on their body if they kind of escape the cutting once or twice. But yeah, these are really big animals, and so really very fascinating what the people are doing who are cutting off the wool. But there's often wool mixes also, so it might be sheep wool and polyester, for example. This is nice because wool can be a little scratchy. This one isn't, but sometimes it can be. Sometimes it's it's good in this store to see and take the ball of wool and do a test. So kind of like put it on your neck and see what it feels like. So this is a great color, for example. And so I would recommend definitely putting it on your neck, for example, and then you can see if it feels nice or if it's something you prefer not to have on your neck for that long. And so yeah, definitely a good tip here. The mixtures are great, because they kind of can stay in shape a little better. You can probably wash them a little easier. For example, if you have polyester in there, I think it's 100%, if you can have 100% natural fibers, that's great. For example, if the socks have a hole, or, your sweater is kind of, kind of fading because you've worn it so much, it's a lot easier to go and kind of recycle that fabric. What else do we have? We have alpaca. So this is Fashion Light Luxury. This is a yarn with 43% alpaca, some wool and some nylon. And I think this is really, really nice to feel. So we actually have this twice here. And alpaca yarn or wool, they say it's even a little warmer than regular wool, and that you can wear in very high areas in South America or whatever. That's where the alpacas come from. This is from Peru. And it's just a really nice yarn, and it's usually pretty soft and holds you, keeps you pretty warm. Then we have cashmere. I don't have a 100% cashmere, but I have this one here that has cashmere. This is recycled. 95% cashmere and 5% wool. And cashmere, that's kind of like the... this is from a goat. That's kind of like the undercoat of a goat. And this is a lot in Central Asia. You can find this, and cashmere is just extra warm. I have read sources where it said 6 times the warmth of wool, and it's super, super white, soft, because it's from the undercoat of the goat. But usually, just very expensive. This was actually a great deal. It was, reduced in price. There was some discounts. But usually I wouldn't use pure cashmere for knitting, but if it is in your wool, then it's perfect. That's great. Then we have Angora wool. It's made from bunny, like from bunny fur. But honestly, I think this is honestly a little too nice for me for my knitting projects. I rarely see it with knitting projects, but obviously whatever floats your boat. If that's something you want to do, then go for it. I love alpaca, I love wool. I like it when there's a little bit of cashmere in there. And otherwise, from like natural fibers, there's also silk that can also be in your mix. It's really, really fine, very, very soft. It's from a caterpillar. It is usually a little more expensive, so not usually something that I will choose, just like that. I've never been to a silk manufacturer, so I like staying with my wools and alpacas. Then we have cotton, for example, like this one. And cotton is great for kind of like airy sweatshirts. You can see here it's much less like fluffy, like for example the merino wool. That's kind of, you can see it's more fluffy, especially after you put it in water. It kind of gets a little bigger. And the wool is kind of similar to that, but the cotton, it kind of stays in shape a little better, which can be, great. There's some, some space for air to come through for summer, like tops, for example, but it can be a little harder when you're starting to crochet or to knitting. It's much easier to see if there is a mistake, just because it doesn't just like fade into the rest of the pattern. But this is a little easier to wash, that's for sure. You can also kind of go in with your steamer or something like that. If it's, the first time washing it, do it really, really carefully, because cotton can be, kind of get out of shape and is a little difficult to get back into shape. For example, if it's a shirt and you kind of pulled on it or whatever, then it's really hard to get smaller again. Wool has a little more maybe flexibility here, like you can see it's kind of bouncy. So there's just a little more flexibility here, so it's easier to get back into that shape. And here, last but not least, we have yarns that are, pure acrylic or polyester. We have this really cute Ricoromi wool here, or yarn, I should say. They also have it in larger. This is something crazy here that you can kind of make sponges out of it, or, some other decor item. What is really nice with this yarn here is that it's 100%, let's see where it says, 100% polyester. This is great for little, let's say, stuffed animals or something for like a little blanket for a baby. It's really, really soft, extremely soft, and it's really easy to work with. It's very even. It's made from a machine, so just really easy to work with because of that. So something that's for a baby or something that's supposed to be really, really soft and even. So it's, really easy to crochet with this. 100% polyester is easy to kind of try to recycle. Depends on how much polyester you want to use in your knitting projects. But I have a little set here. Every now and then for a baby of friends, we're all kind of in that age where there's a lot of babies coming. So it's great to have that also. Okay, so that much for the wool, different types of wool. This is alpaca and wool, and it's super fluffy, and I'm almost looking forward that soon it'll be winter again and I can actually wear it. But they're all the kind of different qualities. They have different, pros and cons. In the comments, please let me know what you guys like to work with and what you don't like to work with. I just had my aunt here from Switzerland, and she does not like to crochet or knit. nor does she like to wear it. She thinks it's all, you know, super scratchy and is kind of traumatized from her childhood. That after showering or bathing, she had to wear knitted knee-high socks that she hated. And she kind of said, never again. And so, yeah, let me know what you think about these kinds of clothing articles. And yeah, I would love to see you guys back here again at the next video. And yeah, let me know what kind of other things you would like to see on this channel. Bye!